right, the day is not so bright, but it's still a good day to have a fair conversation for development, and that is what you and I will do from now up until the 7 o'clock hour, or till 7 p.m. I should say. And it's going to be a wonderful, almost 4-hour, interesting programming. I am Kaladako Rubatsbo, and this is Hard Facts or 92.3 Nigeria Info, your news, talk, and sports radio station. And we're going to be talking right now. We're going to start with the big stories. I'm going to give you, a few selection, about 3 big stories from, the mix of so many big stories. And then the 4 o'clock hour, you and I will talk about the Rivers State contributory health insurance scheme. And then the 5 o'clock hour, we would delve into politics. Statements are still being made as it relates to the political impasse in Rivers State, and so you and I will talk about that and just see how we can contribute our own quota to the solution of the impasse as relates to politics in Rivers State. At the top of each hour, we would have a news bulletin, and 6 o'clock is the major bulletin. After that, open season, where you and I do a recap of our show today, and we'll say our goodbye to reconvene tomorrow, and just like that, the next day and the next day, and just like that. Anyways, welcome. So let's quickly look at the big stories for today. By the way, I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a good day. If you're not, I hope you can just sit down, relax, listen to radio, listen to me as we talk development, and hopefully your day becomes better and your mood becomes brighter. Once again, on that note, let's quickly look at what the big stories are saying. And what's my first big story for today? My first big story has got to do with the politics in Rivers State. Now, yesterday, in passing, I mentioned the local government chairman of Emohua Council talking about Chidi Lloyd and his statement as it relates to the political crisis in Rivers State. And he said that the people who are supporting the governor are people who are internally displaced politicians. And like I said earlier, that's something that someone who goes by the name Marcus Ijama had said on my show a couple of months ago, and I guess Chidi Lloyd fancied the word and decided to use it, and it's really interesting as it relates to politics in Rivers. However, it did say at the time that those people are internally displaced politicians. But what we failed to capture yesterday was when he said that Dr. Odili should have taken a neutral stance as it relates to the ongoing feud between the FCT minister and the governor of Rivers State. He said that. And I'm going to go to the in-house bulletin, because it was in our bulletin earlier today. I think the 6 o'clock news this morning. And it goes like this. The chairman of Emohua local government area, Chidi Lloyd, has slammed former Rivers State Governor Peter Odili for endorsing Governor Siminalayi as the leader of the PDP in the state. Now, Dr. Lloyd said he expected the former governor to advise both Governor Fubara and the FCT minister Wike to sheath their swords and not take sides. Okay, so like I told you yesterday, it was on a show on Channels Television. Let's take a listen to what he had to say yesterday.
I'd like to say this to you clearly, that the camp in Rivers State is not divided. We are one strong family under the leadership of the Minister for the Capital Territory. You recall that at several fora, the governor of Rivers State has referred to the Minister of Justice as his organ, and nothing has changed. You see, what is going on in Rivers State is very unfortunate, that a lot of internally displaced politicians who do not have the guts to face the minister have become suddenly envious of the rising profile of the minister, and have come in. They have launched a very very vicious attack on our political family. It does appear that whoever is in office is told the same story. When it comes to very revered elders like this, the things I ordinarily would have said, I'm careful not to say them. What one expects is for our great-grandfather to call two of his sons in a room and ask them to sheath their sword. That's what elders do. That is what I think elders should do, and not to come and dangerously take side and polarize the state unnecessarily.
All right, so you had Dr. Chidi Lloyd there, the Honorable Chidi Lloyd, saying what he expected, was for the former governor to call, his two sons, or should I say son and grandson, in politics, and tell them to stop fighting for the interest of the state. Yesterday we talked about integrity, and we tried to define integrity, but today let's look at the statement credited to Chidi Lloyd, Council Chairman, Emohua LG. But let's quickly now move on to the second big story for today, and the second big story has got to do with the story that says Dangote Modular refineries to buy crude oil in naira. So yesterday as well, we talked about the rising strength of the naira as against foreign currencies. As of today, we hear that at the parallel market, the naira is nearing $1,000. It's so strong. It's almost $1,000 now. At the time I checked, it was 1,050 naira to a dollar at the parallel market. So we talked about it, and we asked if it was sustainable, and we asked my guest Cletus Lugo if we were traveling in the right path, and why we're not seeing it reflect on the price of goods and services out there in the marketplace. And we were told that yes, the government has done the right thing to fight speculators. However, the government would have to go to the secondary level and ensure the production becomes robust in our economy. And I guess the government is doing the path now, I say, because we've been told that Dangote and other modular refineries who will buy crude oil locally will buy in naira. And in my opinion, that will strengthen the currency naira, and it will reduce the burden on the naira. And I do believe that that will even make it faster. I'm talking about reflecting on the prices of goods and services in Nigeria. Even though my guest told us yesterday that one of the reasons why it's not reflective, that is the rising nairas against the dollars, against other currencies, foreign currencies, is because even Nigerians are trying to make too much profit. So I guess eventually we would get to see this being reflected in the price of goods and services as we go into the purchase of crude oil locally refined in naira. All right then, okay, let's quickly look at my final big story. And my final big story has got to do with El-Rufai claiming that government is paying more for subsidy after declaring subsidy removal. And you see, it's somewhat connected to my previous story talking about Dangote refinery and Modular refineries buying crude oil in naira. Why do I say so? I say so because if government is going back to subsidy, it's possibly because they now see a good reason as to why we need subsidy. According to El-Rufai, former governor of Kano State, by the way, he did say that if government had not gone back to paying of subsidy, that petrol would have been somewhere above how much we buy diesel for. And diesel, I hear, is selling for about 1,600 naira per litre. That's, of course, before the coming of Dangote's refinery. So when you look at it from that angle, when you look at it from that situation, then my goodness, you want to think and say that there is problem in the land. However, according to El-Rufai is saying the reason why government has decided to go back to the paying of subsidy is because the measures that they put in place to cushion the effect of subsidy removal were not enough. and so government thought it wise, to pay subsidy removal, which means that we need to get the refineries, the private, public, whichever one, up and running, so that we don't have to burden ourselves with the importation of petrol anymore. So we can somewhat rely on Dangote's refinery. We can somewhat rely on Port Harcourt refinery and all the modular refineries we have scattered in different parts of Nigeria. We've got in Edo. I think we have one. Is it in Akwa Ibom or Cross River? One of them. I can't remember now. And I hear that one has been built in Rivers and another in Bayelsa. The one in Bayelsa is almost complete as well. So if we have all of these modular refineries running and buying in naira, I do believe that government would not have to be burdened with subsidy, and we would probably have a robust economy, a robust society. And these are my big stories. I have a commercial break coming up. After the commercial break, I would open the phone line at your top. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info Live on YouTube as well, Nigeria Info 8, and we act on X, Nigeria Info 8. Let's get water for development. Water number for water is 809-030-641. Drop your comment. When I come back, I read them.
Everyone said I'm beautiful.
Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakurubatabo. Good afternoon to you. We're looking at the big stories. I've reeled out all three big stories. Number one, I told you, what Chidi Lloyd said, that Dr. Peter Odili should have mediated, should have been, neutral, unbiased in the political impasse, or as it relates to the political impasse in River State. And the next big story I told you about was about El-Rufai saying that government, or rather, I think we started with Dangote and Modular refineries to buy crude oil in naira. And I said that's a good one because it will help further strengthen our naira. And then we furthered the conversation and told you about El-Rufai's statement, where El-Rufai said we're still paying subsidy, and I said maybe it's time for us to begin to rely on the local refining capacity we have. I'm talking about Dangote, I'm talking about the modular refineries, I'm talking about Port Harcourt refinery. So yeah, it is time we begin to depend on these refineries so we can remove the burden of subsidy, I guess, and focus our monies on other developmental projects. All right, that being said, I'm opening the phone line 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0007. Remember that we're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We are live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, and we are live on, or rather active and interactive on X, Nigeria Info PH as well. All right, let's quickly look at what we have here. Phone line, Rumo Biakani. Okay, Chris, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Canada.
Yeah, welcome, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, at least. Because before now, we were just speculating. Oh, the former governor does not want Governor Fubara to work. Allow Governor Fubara to work. Now, gradually, we have come to understand that what they are fighting for is nothing but who is the leader. Which, for me, is not the reason why we voted our governor in.
Okay.
So, for me, I think the governor should focus on, development. And shown about this, I'm the leader and all of that, because that will not put food on our table.
Okay.
That is on one side. Then the one that they say that these other people are, internal displaced people. I think that statement is correct. Is the fact, because if you check the characters that are pushing this thing, you will know that they are not on ground. They are just flying like this thing.
All right.
And then for our former leader, what Chidi Lloyd is saying is true, because you cannot have two people fighting and then you just go take sides. As a leader, you should have called both of them and then tell them how to go, so
All
that
right.
at the end of the day, we will enjoy the benefit of democracy. Because if we continue to fight, what will be our gain at the end of it? I mean, we, not them, we. So I think the governor should focus on development and shun this, I want to be the leader and all of that. Because that's not the reason why we voted him.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much, Chris. Gift from Yanagua, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Man of the people, Canada, good afternoon,
Yeah,
my brother.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Just like the caller before I called him down, my brother, I heard when the weekend said with time, the middle past governor and city minister was telling anyone who cares to listen that the truth will come out. When they talked about structure, people were asking, which of the structure, who is fighting for structure, and all the rest. Canada, can you see what is going on right now? Do you know that even this very Thanksgiving that you are hearing every day, it is about structure? Because if somebody is telling you GDI, and today now they are talking about simplify, that will tell you that what we talked about, that everyone was doubting, is what is playing out right now. To the extent, even the local government chairman has come out to tell you that internally displaced politicians, and you and I will know them, they were not on ground. They were never part of the people that led to that winning of Governor Fubara. The persons that were on ground that worked tirelessly day and night. And today they are the ones making noise everywhere. You ran away from the state, you went to Abuja, you and your group. You never voted for this man. You even abused him. You abused his boss. And today, without shame, and even the governor is talking about the people that are with me are the ones that have integrity. That was why I told you, which of the integrity? The people that are with you are the ones that have integrity. But the man who worked tirelessly and brought you on board, you are telling me that man don't have integrity. Internally displaced politicians is the name that suits this very guy.
All
because for just cause, you are just taking confusion everywhere.
All right, Gift.
Right.
All right, Gift, thank you.
Anyone who is doubting what he's saying, go back to the elections. Then you understand that the man is telling you.
All right, Gift.
The PDP is intact.
I've got to go.
You.
Thank you very much, Ida from Inkoro. Welcome. What's on your mind?
Yeah, Canada, I greet you especially.
Okay.
Canada, for Chidi Lloyd to come and make that kind of statement, I expected Chidi Lloyd as a local government chairman. I think all the former governor, to call the present governor to settle them. Are you waiting for all these to come and settle them? Are you not a human being? Are you not inside the government? I expected Chidi Lloyd to call Chief Barrister Bonye Suwike, to call Sim. Together. What is the problem? You can settle them. I can settle them. Then you are calling me and supporting Sim. You know, my brother, push mind the way they talk. Because I heard Odili call the former governor of Rivers State. Sim was in the house. So when
were you there? You heard how true is your information when you say
brother,
you heard?
I heard it in the right source. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, all right.
So I expected Chidilo to do same.
All right.
Talk anyhow. The local government chairman.
All right then.
One day he will contest as a governor. They will do this thing back to him. You should respect the governor.
All right then. All right. Thank you very much. I've got Andy from Rupoku. Andy, welcome. What is on your mind? All right, Andy, we lost the connection there. Susie from Irema, welcome.
Yeah, Canada, good afternoon. Yeah, Chidilo is spot on by the statement he has made because rational thinking to take a position that conflict actually one thing that is sacrosanct in human relationship, whether in organization. Or how that conflict will either make you or mar you. The way we approach this conflict in PDP over time is the reason why we are where we are today.
Okay.
And then people also attach commercial profit into it. And that was in the whole situation. At a time when we are wishing that we should come together and talk about what the problem is all about. Some people were busy, going to radio, aligning the FCT minister, speculating all over, bringing issues that are unnecessary. The opposition took advantage of it, led by people from the party who thought that they employed those from opposition while they stay on the background. Like the winch will cry in the night, they say that in the morning. And the people will go to different radio and like it said, since the announcement of Odili as the leader of the party in Rivers State or whatsoever, has anything changed? Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And the same as I did to you now because of Rivers State, from my own assumption, even taking decision by himself, they wanted Wike out of the way, and people are also influencing him now. The actions and inactions he's taking today are not even his own particular.
How sure? Now let's pause. Let's pause, Susie. How sure are you that the decisions he's taking are not his decisions? You're not a member of his cabinet. You're not in his bedroom. You're not in his private chambers. So how do you know that his decisions are not his own? Is that not too great an assumption?
You see, I may not have all the time to exhaust, but let me just answer you. There are those who are not actors in the state vis-a-vis cabinet of the government, as I speak to you. But I have listened to several persons come on radio and issue statements that are not even from the Commissioner of Communication. One of them is Ofunabon Kotaria, who came to say that the House of Assembly, who they don't even believe. But
that's no, Susie, I'm the moderator. You wouldn't tell me when to interject. Now that is Opunabo's own opinion, not the governor's. Wait. No, that is right. See, that is wrong. Everybody is, and you're giving your opinion. You're not influencing anybody. You're giving your opinion. Same as Opunabo. He has a right to his opinion. I need to correct you on that one.
No, Kalada, you do not. Kalada, you are issuing a statement of intent that this has done before.
You still don't get. He's a Rivers. See, he is a Rivers indigene, and like I said, he's entitled to that right. He's entitled to that opinion.
He was talking from people of certain.
Yet again. See, Susie, you are making an assumption that you cannot back. I know we talk politics and we talk it from an emotional and sentiment. You are making an assumption. He is an individual. He's not a state actor. He's not working for the state government. He has his rights. He
has the right to assume, but not to draw conclusions.
See, whether he draws, you still don't get the point. Whether he draws a conclusion or not, he has a right, freedom of speech. You don't like it, you take him to court. That's where you take him to court. My goodness. Anyway, Susie, I've got to let you go at this point. I've got Divine from Igruta waiting. Divine, welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Canada.
It's still afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, I just want to pick only just on one point.
Yeah.
One, if there is no conflict, there will be no conflict resolution.
Yeah, true.
If a father and his son have problem, like you the Lord said, I don't want to pick on that word. The only man I think has the pedigree to settle such issue will be the grandfather. When the son and his father have problem, the grandfather can wade in and settle such issue.
Okay.
From what I know, to an extent, if in politics these two parties have issue and they respect, both of them respect you a lot, I don't expect to pick sides. Call both of them to the table. If they refuse, do everything within your power to bring them together. You are a grandfather. Do everything within your power to bring them. If it takes you 6 months, 5 months, 1 year, do that to bring them to the table. And when you succeed in doing it, you have acclaimed respect to yourself, and more dignity, and more respect, and more honor.
All right.
So for taking sides, I don't buy that idea at all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Ajokafo. I hope I got it. Ajokafo from Rumokoro.
Mr. Speaker, good evening.
All right, welcome. This is Kalada, not Mr. Speaker. I hope you're calling right.
Mr. Kalada.
All right.
Ajokafo calling from Rumokoro.
All right then.
I don't know what is really wrong with river people. I don't know whether they have come to realize who they are and the state they are coming from.
Okay.
Every day on newspaper discussion, they are just talking about some persons. And these are not the people that make up the state.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they have realized when their state was created and when Lagos State was created. If you talk of geographical location of these two states, Lagos is the smallest state to be compared to River State. But it's one of the developed states that the budget run in trillions. And Rivers people who have all what it takes for their budget to be running with any other thing that they will qualify more than $1 trillion. And yet, they don't want to realize every day they keep fighting each other. These are people who are from one state, they were born here, trained here, and up till now, they have not realized what the mistake they are doing. It's very unfortunate. I'm not from this state, but it baffles me a lot.
Yeah, all right.
Issues they were supposed to be deliberating, the dividends of democracy. My brother, I'm just returning from international airport. Go and see a greater road. It's not motorable. No good water. No good school. I went to primary school in Cross River State. I went to school when it was elementary. River State was used as a case study when they want to give example of urbanization.
Right.
But I'm surprised that I have still gone to River State and seen lapidated secondary school and lapidated primary school. It's very unfortunate. And this is just these people to come and sit down, talk about Wike, talk about Amechi, talk about this. What is the development in the state? And what have they been able to achieve? It's very unfortunately.
All right, thank you very much, Ajokafo.
Let the grace of God come upon these people.
Amen. Thank you very much. Micah from Burukiri, welcome.
Kalada, good evening.
Yeah, it's afternoon. I wonder if it's the weather that is making a lot of you say good evening. So, welcome. Good afternoon to you.
All right. I wonder when people say somebody should remain neutral in an issue. Kalada, if my brain serves me right, if two persons have the issue, a mediator will look at who caused the issue. What did you do that is wrong?
All right.
And you tell that person, this thing is wrong, don't do it. And then somebody say you're not neutral. You want to be two-sided. You need to tell the person straight. Whomever you on your own, let me even say on your own assumption from the story, this person will narrate, this person will narrate. And at the end of the day, you say, no. Yes, sometimes I might be at fault. Then the other person might overreact. Then you need to caution me for doing what I did, and also caution the person for overreacting. The thing, it's like I'm in another world where people say, "Oh, the grandfather should have remained." I don't know what you mean by somebody that should be upright. That is uprightness. People just want. I don't understand.
But Micah, that's conflict resolution, right? So yes, you tell the person what you've done is wrong, but you tell the person in a way where it doesn't, cause conflict, because we want peace politically or otherwise. I'm listening.
All these people saying they know what happened. You and I have heard from Chief David Briggs. Did you not hear from him? Didn't Chief David Briggs confirm that he has tried to reach the minister? And the minister also promised that he's coming back, that he will reach him, and he switched off his phone.
Okay.
I don't understand why people will look at, in a broad daylight like I said, good evening, and which is wrong. It's afternoon.
All right.
And everybody is looking at something that is very bright, and because of sentiment,
all right.
There is nothing they will do in this particular issue.
All right, then. All right.
There is nothing they will do on this particular issue. If it's a mistake, they have committed the blunder and they should bear it. And when you say somebody has expired as a politician, let me even ask you, are you telling me that tomorrow somebody like Adesekebo, is it possible that he will now go back as minister? What do you mean? Honorable Chidi Lloyd was out of politics some months or years ago. Today he's a local government. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Will everybody remain in office every minute of the day? Sometimes you leave and you can come back if you want.
All right, Mike, I've got to go. I've got Zion waiting. He's calling from GRA. Zion, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Good afternoon to you, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Dr. Chidi Lloyd has no pedigree to call anybody of
let's not Zion. Let's not on the show. Let's not attack people's pedigrees on the show. Let's look at the matter, please. Thank you.
That is the matter I'm looking.
No, let's not his pedigree, please.
Separate it.
Yeah, let's
it's
not
his personality.
When he is the local government chairman of Emohua, so let's not do that, please, on the show. Go ahead, go straight.
Some group of people displaced or internally displaced politicians, you call that okay, right? That is okay, so.
Go up. Just can you go straight to the point, please?
Okay, see now. Your tongue have gone the roof
it's
of your
not.
mouth.
It's not like I said. Let's go straight to the conversation we're having.
So if there are tagged to these internally displaced politicians, thank God there is a Moses of our generation they run to, and it's not giving them relief materials. They now believe in Governor Sim Kubara as the Moses of our generation.
Okay.
So there is no problem about that. And do you know, because of this particular internally displaced politicians, I've seen a man called Governor Sim Kubara. They now run to him for succor. Their camp is now feeling threatened. I want the local government chairman, since he knows how to resolve conflict, calling on their grandfather. Why didn't he call on Ferdinand and Nabrava? Why didn't he call on the traditional ruler head? Is it not from his local government to call on the minister to resolve this issue? The truth is this, we easily forget people. I, a person like me, Mr. Zion, I don't forget to, I'm like elephant. I know where I'm coming from. You see this road. Do you know that even the man said something that Dr. Peter Odili was contacted by 9 to work, not to support Sim Kubara? But Dr. Peter Odili, as a man of integrity, who has been in politics for years, said, no, this battle is not good. Avoid it. What did the minister say? The minister have never come down to Rivers State one day and said, look, I am sorry for what is happening. Let us be sincere to ourselves. Was it not the same minister that brought Sim Kubara to us? When the name of Sim Kubara was once mentioned, people said, no, we don't know him. But people like us believe in the agenda because we saw the former governor, Yesom Wike, as what? Somebody that we have sold our integrity to. We believe in his judgment. And we bought the agenda he brought to us. I'm talking to you now. Sim Kubara remains undiluted in River State. He has conquered the nooks and crannies, and Governor Sim Kubara stands tall. Because people are supporting
Zion, I've got
Kubara,
to go.
They are now displaced. We like it. Let them be displaced. So we need more displaced political people to come.
I've got to go.
Vote, our structures.
I've got to go. Thank you very much, Zion. So I'm going to read messages on Facebook now. I've got a couple. Moses Fortune says, the enemies of River State wanted Odili to support them, impeach the governor, but God disappointed them. Young Chibike DOK says, you don't tell an adult on whom to support during crisis. Ledogo Raymond says, Chiloid is pretending not to be aware of how everything started. It is mischievous to be pretending to be unaware of Odili's settlement stance before the impeachment saga in October of 2023. Is he not also aware that even after the botched impeachment, Odili sued for reconciliation and Wike walked out on him and the governor? He's asking. Thank God Ability Atwegu says Governor Sim Fubara calling the FCT minister as Oga doesn't mean that the FCT minister is the leader of PDP in River State. FCT minister knows that he is not the leader of PDP in River State. Wosu Courage Bobo says, Kalada, calling someone my Oga today and tomorrow you turn back and say you are the leader of the person that you call my Oga. How does it work, he's asking. Sock says, Wankwo, Honorable Chidi Lloyd should know that he has an impending case in the court to answer, though it seems to have been forgiven. You cannot say that he has a case to answer when the case has been forgiven. I mean, success one could think about that. Mark Opwene Bethel says Dangote Modular refineries to buy crude oil in naira. Wow, a very welcome development. Let's grow our naira from home. Kudos to the economic team of this administration. God bless Nigeria. All right, those are some of the comments on Facebook, on WhatsApp. When the FCT minister described Dr. Odili and his wife as one man and one woman, the likes of Chidi Lloyd did not caution the FCT minister. When the FCT minister described elders of the state as ingrates, the likes of Chidi Lloyd and others did not condemn it. Now he's condemning Odili for supporting the governor. Hypocrisy is all I see. Okay. This one says it is obvious that Barrister Wike is above advised and must have refused Odili's counsel, and it landed all of them to Tinubu's office for the 8-point peace accord. Which of his mentors or benefactor that Wike has not neglected and betrayed, from Amechi to Jonathan and wife down to Odili and wife, most recently Victor from Igbema with that one. The source says, good day, Mr. Kalada Korubativo. The remarks made by the Emohua local government chairman is a mess statement and does not hold water. Nobody should take Dr. Chidi Lloyd serious. All what Right Honorable Amechi did for him, at last Dr. Chidi Lloyd left Amechi for Wike. Awanate Clinton West. So says, good afternoon, Mr. Kalada. Naira rising against the dollar does not reflect on the prices of goods on the market. I'm afraid. Let it not be American wonder. The more you look, the less you see. Buying crude oil in naira at the equivalent of the dollar to strengthen the naira is a good one. We need more domestic investment and more transaction in naira. Mike from Thai. Good afternoon, Mr. Kalada, the man of the people. My name is Comrade Odiadi God's Power Positive from Ususu, JK1 and Geni. My take is on naira regaining, but it's not reflecting on commodities and services. I think the government need to make sure petroleum products are sold at its lowest price. When transportation is slow, the price of goods will come down, and at the same time reduce import duties. Thank you very much. This one says Dr. Chidi has gotten it wrong. How would he feel if another man is in control of Emohua? Please be informed. The governor seems the leader of River State. Confidence in Lebanon. This one says, good evening, KDB. Dr. Lloyd can stay without talking. He is not qualified to refer to Dr. Odili as a political IDP. You see, in this part of our world, respect for the elderly is not relegated to the background. He, Chidi, has got his hands full at Emolga. Let him face that way and stay off what he doesn't know anything about. Sukari from Awelga. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. Dr. Chidi Lloyd, the House leader, when he broke the head of his colleague with the housemates, when he could have settled the misunderstanding between Right Honorable Amechi and Wike then. Chidi Lloyd should know is more displaced than any other person in politics because he can't be trusted. He fought for Amechi against Wike and later left. You said letter there, it's supposed to be later. Later left Amechi and pitched tent with Wike Is it a way of fighting Governor Sim Fubara for weekend now? He should hide his face. And you said he does not have the character to drag Dr. Peter Odili. Is it not in this River State when Wike said he has parted ways with Dr. Odili and he cannot reconcile with Governor Sim? Chidiloy should not let politics to becloud a sense of respect for elders, Lady V. But Lady V, if I should go back to the statement made by Yesomike, he did not say that, he's not in talking terms or he's fighting with Odili. He said that they are now of different political ideologies, so that's what it is. They are not enemies, but different political ideologies. This is what has now separated them. This one says, Ernest from Woji, Dangote buying crude in naira is a welcome development, but naira strengthening won't make foodstuff come down because ordinary Nigerians are too wicked. Naira has fallen, but the guys are claiming to be selling old stuff, but it's will rise. They won't care if it's old or new stock. They will increase price. Okay, for Odili, I see him like Tywin Lannister of Game of Thrones, always pledging support to the house in the throne to boost his business. Okay, all right. This one says, I still have time, right? Yeah, I do have time. This one says, Canada, greeting. Governor Sim Fubara calling the FCT minister as God doesn't mean... Okay, I think I've read that. Thank God, ability to it. Thank you very much. Skipping. This one says, Katie, good afternoon to you. Please, Honorable Chidiloy should try and rest. Governor Fubara has come to work for Rivers people. Let the FCT minister face his new job at Abuja, period. They make her from Eneka. And this one says, good day, Kalada. If the revelation made by El-Rufai is anything to go by, that means the FG has never been transparent with the subsidy brouhaha from the outset. The FG should make it known to Nigerians if they have reinstated the subsidy so that we should all be carried along in this administration. IK from Rumikbo. I've got plenty messages. I wonder if I can read them all. But Newton Ikira is saying, the naira we are seeing is a mere patch, a mirage, not real. Reason why it has no impact on reality. Why you? And that's coming from Newton Ikira. Newton Ikira is really pained. Oh my goodness. This one says, when a person throws a stone at another, you can't also control the reaction. Dr. Odili was neutral and even went to Asphalt Rock for that meeting where that agreement was signed. He started speaking publicly after the FCT minister insulted him by referring to him as one man and his wife as one woman. Obviously, it's hurtful and it is like your child insulting you. Usually, the FCT minister always wants blind loyalty. If you take any position different from him, he sees you as enemy. From Joy Port Harcourt. But Joy, I think he once said 99 is not loyal enough. 99% is not loyal enough. I don't know if we remember that. But yeah, let's see. Are there more messages on Facebook? Because I have so many messages on WhatsApp and my time is not much. But I'm going to take this one. It says, former Governor Odili is only protecting his personal interest and nothing more. So I'm not surprised he took a side. It is all about selfish interest. It's never about the interest of Rivers State. Was Odili not the governor that took a perpetual injunction restraining EFCC from investigating Rivers State during his time? So is it that person who cares about Rivers State interest? Which interest? Anyone that wants to be deceived will be deceived. Flat Earth from Port Harcourt. Oh, wow. It's really getting intense here. Aminu Sule says, what did Honorable Chidiloy want from former... Okay, what does Honorable Chidiloy want former Governor Odili to do? Former Governor Wike wants to force Odili to support him, even when former Governor Wike is not right. Anna says, if El-Rufai is claiming the government is paying more for subsidy, how come Nigerians are buying petrol above 600 naira? Because he explained that petrol is supposed to be selling for about 1,800 naira or even 2,000 naira. But you said MYLG boss should let Dr. Odili be. Odili supported Wike throughout his 8 years in office. Now he's supporting Sim. That makes him neutral. Greetings, Mr. Canada. Anna, thank you very much. But up next is the business update. And after that, I will be back in the studio to talk about the Rivers State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme and how it will benefit the people of Rivers State. It's another of Governor Siminalayi Fubara's government policy, and let's discuss it, and let's see what our let's talk about our expectations, what we expect the government to do with that scheme. This will be sustained beyond the administration of Siminalayi Fubara, because we do play politics a lot in Rivers State, I should say. All right, just stay tuned.